Hey guys, what's up? It's Destry. Welcome back to my yard. Today I'm going to be doing kind of some different projects around the yard, but the main thing I want to get done is to make a really pretty floral arrangement for my mother-in-law. So I'm going to be making a pretty bouquet today with a lot of cut flowers. So stick around and let's make something pretty today. So one resolution I kind of had for myself this summer, spring and summer, was to make sure that if I'm spending all the energy planting seeds, planting plants, making a garden, that I actually take the time and I make myself cut flower bouquets. So my goal last year was to make myself a bouquet once a week. I call it Make a Bouquet Monday, or you can do it on a Sunday or whatever day you want to do, even if it's one little flower in a little coffee cup. Whatever it is for you, to actually like cut some flowers from your yard or your garden and actually enjoy them in your home or give them away as gifts. So last night I realized how many amazing things were blooming in my yard this spring, and I decided to make myself a floral arrangement. So I'm going to share that with you here in a minute. It turned out so pretty. And today my mother-in-law is going to be coming over. So I wanted to share with you a story of this vase that I got for my mother-in-law and kind of what we've been doing with this kind of vintage jar. So let me tell you that story. For my mother-in-law's birthday, I found this really pretty vintage ball jar, and I made a bouquet with a lot of my cut flowers, and I gifted that to her. And with the caveat of the gift that anytime she wanted to return the mason jar to me, I would refill it with a new bouquet, and I would, refresh her flowers. So as many times as she either wanted to come over or I go to her house, and we would swap that vase out, and I would continue to give her some fresh flowers throughout the year. So we did that for a little bit. We did it throughout the summer. And then for my birthday, which was in February, not much was blooming at that point, she gifted me the jar back with a gift certificate in it to one of my favorite nurseries to go buy some flowers. So I thought that was really fun and kind of a sweet thought, that she was gifting me a gift card. I go buy some flowers, and then of course, hey, refill my vase with some flowers. So I thought it was a neat thing to do. And so if you're looking for like a unique gift and you are a gardener, maybe try it. Get a cool vintagey vase, find something at the Goodwill or whatever. Or maybe it's a vase that has more meaning to you. Maybe it's something, sorry, there's a garbage truck right outside my house. Something that might have more meaning to you, like a vintage vase or something, family heirloom vase or something, and then gift it with the intention of refilling it with cut flowers. I just think it makes a really fun gift. So here is the bouquet that I made last night, and you can see I have a peony here. I have several roses, looking so pretty. I've got some of my alliums, which will continue to get bigger and kind of grow in the vase. I've got the Valeria flower, which is my new favorite. A couple more of these smaller roses. And let's see, what else did I snag? Oh, I've got some lavender here. This is the English lavender, and it is looking really pretty. And yeah, and then I have just a couple of the, oh, you guys, it's hard to remember all the names. Geraniums, I'm sorry, some geraniums. So, and then one more peony. This peony I have to show off because it's looking so pretty. So this is the bouquet I made last night, and I just have it in one of my little favorite milk glass vases. And so this is the one I'm gonna kind of model the bouquet I'm gonna be making today for my mother-in-law. Let me go grab the container and I'll show you the container that I'm gonna be using for her bouquet today. So over here is the jar that I gifted my mother-in-law for, I think it was it Chris? No, it was her birthday. It was her birthday. So I found this vintage ball jar, and sorry, I'm walking around as I'm talking to you, but it's got this really pretty like blue tinge to it, and then kind of a fun, kind of a metal lid. So it is vintage, and I don't remember how much I paid for it, but not very much. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get this prepared to make my bouquet today. And let me show you a couple of the other supplies I'm gonna be using. This is a flower food. Now you can also buy this in little packets from Amazon, and so I'll try to link this below for you. But I actually ended up buying it in just a bigger jar because I end up making bouquets throughout the summer. And so this is the Floral Life Crystal Clear Flower Food. And I have noticed it makes a really big difference for how long my bouquets last. So I would recommend using some kind of flower food when you're making bouquets. The thing I may end up using is this Floral Tape. So this is a really skinny tape and it's really, really sticky. And what works well, and you guys may have seen me do this on other videos, is to make a grid with the tape. Now this one, I don't think I'll have to do that because the opening is so small. I'm really gonna have to shove, you know, as much as I want or much as I can in there. But if you have a vase with a bigger opening, this floral tape is great to make, basically just tape up a little grid and it works as like a flower frog at the top of your vase. But I don't think I'm gonna need the tape today, but I just wanted to share that little trick with you. And I'll try to link some videos below where I use this in making bouquets as well. First flowers I want to incorporate are some of these alliums. Now I hate to cut them because they're so gorgeous in my yard, but again, this is my intention, is to grow flowers so that I can, you know, cut some and enjoy some. So I am going to use a couple of these in the bouquet, and I think I'll go for this little trio here. I think I'll clip one of these, that way it'll give the other two a little bit more room to grow. I also have a collection down here that's, you know, kind of a thicker collection, so I might grab one of these as well. So when you're looking to, you know, cut flowers for bouquets, you want to look for ones that aren't all the way open. And fortunately, none of these alliums are all the way bloomed out. Back in this area are my peonies, and I've got one here that's probably too opened up to use, but this smaller one over here is probably still in a good spot to use. Now you can see the pollinators are all over this, and I apologize for the barking dogs. And then over here I have another peony that's, again, I think this one's too far opened to use. Yeah, I don't know, I might clip this one, even though it is open quite a ways. It's not going to last as long in a vase, but it still will have quite a bit of presence to it. So I might use one of those. I might incorporate as far as foliage are these ferns. So I didn't use these in the bouquet I made last night, but I was just noticing how beautiful they are. You know, they're really in that point where they're unfurling. And so I might use this as some filler, depending on how many flowers I'm able to cut. Over here on my side yard are some of the flowers I'd like to use. And these are those Valeria flowers that I have they have kind of are a new favorite right now. They're so pretty, and they're really prolific, and I think they're definitely going to be one of those cut and come again flowers. I also like the stem length, so you can see how big this is. And then I'm also going to be using some of these roses. Now this one is a smaller variety rose, so what I probably will do is clip, you know, a fuller branch here. This one would be a good example. I can't, you know, this right here is too small to actually put in a vase, but if I clip it down here further, then there would be a lot of buds that could potentially open. So I might go ahead and use some of this rose as well today. Black lace elderberry is about ready to bloom. You can see right here I'm getting some blooms, but unfortunately I can't use this one for cut flowers. And the reason is the smell of the flower. It smells like cat pee. I'm not gonna lie. I tried using it in bouquets last year and it was pretty bad. It was pretty nasty smelling, unfortunately, because it's such a pretty flower. So I'm gonna have to forego that one today. But I'm really excited about all these perennials that I'm getting on this side of my yard and being able to use more of these for cut flowers this year. Cut a chunk of this to use and it will really scent the bouquet. The pollinators won't be too happy about it because this thing is covered in honeybees. But you know, they'll be able to deal with it. They'll have plenty left here. So I'm gonna use some of that today as well. I am gonna be using this rose. Again, I don't wanna look for ones that are already opened up like this. I wanna look for buds. So this one almost is a little too tight, but it'll probably be fine and open up just fine. So I wanna look for ones that are just getting ready to open. Okay, so I went around and collected up some pretty things in my yard today. And I've got my vase, the ball jar, and it does have the floral preservative in it. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and start to build my bouquet here. And I wanna be thinking about a couple things. I wanna think about height. I wanna think about just kind of the composition of it. I guess it's one of those things, like the more you do it, the better you get at it. Those might be a little tall. I might trim those down. But basically, it's not rocket science, you guys. I feel like people overthink it a little bit. Really, you just want to make sure all the stems are actually touching the water, which I only fill it up. I don't usually fill it up all the way. I will leave some space. Now that Floral Preservative does kind of foam up as well, so I will top this off when I'm all done. But I want to think about, you know, having kind of a main focal point. And I also want to strip any of these bottom leaves off of here. So like, I did pick a rose that's pretty bloomed out, but I really wanted like something striking. So this one probably won't last as long in the vase. You can also think about it in terms of like a front and a back of your, oh, there's a really healthy looking spider on this one. This is why it's good to make the, make a bouquet ahead of time before you give it to someone. Hey dude. Oh, there he goes. Okay, go away. There he goes. He's gonna find a new home. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people will like, you know, put the flowers in the fridge overnight and kind of do something like that. I don't really have time for that today, but I am making this a couple hours ahead of time. So any buggies hopefully will find a new home once I start working on this. But basically just, if you've got pretty things, you really can't mess it up, right? Just put in the pretty things. So I did get a couple more budded up roses from my rose bush. And I am gonna work this one kind of from all the way around, working it from the round. I love this valerian flower, you guys. It's my new favorite. It's so pretty, and it's just perfect for a cut flower. And it's a perennial. I'm definitely trying to add more perennials into my yard that will work well as cut flowers as I get more into gardening and into making cut floral arrangements. So here's a good example. These bottom stems are gonna go. I'm gonna get rid of those. And I can see a few little spiders and bugs, but most of them will find a new home if you give them a little bit of time. And I am going to try to, you know, make this appealing from all the way around, but I think my mother-in-law is really gonna like it. I'm excited to gift this to her today. So, and then of course our deal is if she brings it back to me empty, then I will refill it this summer. So that's kind of the deal. And I think it's also a sweet way to make time for the people in your life, hopefully that you know, that you love and you want to see again, right? It's kind of a, I'll see you next time type of thing. So just an idea for those yardners who are looking for a gifting idea. I thought I would share what we are doing. It's working well for us. Okay, so this is kind of turning out to be the front, the part that's facing you, but I do have some things in the back as well. And then I am making this, like I just picked all these, so I'm not waiting. I could put these all in water and let them kind of condition, but I'm just gonna kind of go for it here. Looking at this one bloomed out rose in the front, and it's okay. I don't know that I love it. I did pick some of these ferns because I wanted to try these, but I am gonna strip the bottoms of them a little bit. Sorry, you didn't see that. So just gonna strip the bottoms of them a little bit. I don't know that it needs this, but I just thought they were pretty and I love ferns. I mean, there's all sorts of classes and tutorials you can take on floral arranging, but I feel like it's kind of creative. Just kind of do what comes naturally, what looks good to you, what looks good to your eye. I don't think there's really a wrong way to go about it. Okay, I am looking at this and I'm realizing that this bloom here is just a lot bigger than everything else I have going on. My other allium here is, I guess I could pull it up. That might be better, but I think I'm gonna trim this one down just a little bit. I hate to lose stem length because stem length is kind of in, you know, you kind of want that stem length, but it just seemed like it wasn't really jiving with the rest. That's much better. And then I think, I don't know, I'm gonna take out this one rose. Just see, yeah, I kind of like it better without. It's just too, it's too blown open and there's some brown edges and it's not quite what I want. I'll go put it in my own personal bouquet and maybe I'll look for a better shaped one to swap out. I think I'll go do that real quick. But other than that, I think it's looking really good. So hopefully you guys can see this. Isn't it pretty? Love it. And it's pretty from the back too. I've got a couple blooms back there that will open up. And it's gonna smell really good because of that lavender. So I'm gonna real quick swap out this bloom for something else, maybe another peony of my other one. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I swapped it. I'm gonna swap it out for this peony because this will open and be really full and it matches the other one here. Just gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it. Maybe right here on the top. There we go, that's better. Yeah, that's it. So now I'm just gonna top this off with water and make sure it's nice and full. And I'm gonna send it home with my mother-in-law today. Hopefully she will be surprised. So this is my challenge to you guys. Make a bouquet Monday or Sunday or Tuesday or whatever day you feel like you need a little pick-me-up. Make the commitment once a week, you're going to make yourself a bouquet. Even if it's one bloom in a coffee cup. Even if it's like nothing that exciting, right? Do that from now until you can't do it anymore, until what, late fall. If you are a gardener or you just like pretty flowers in your house, I'm gonna encourage you to get them out of the yard and into your home decor. I hope you liked the video today. If you did, could you give it a thumbs up and subscribe? If you need me, I'll be hanging out in my Oregon yard. See you next time, bye.